next poet is one half of the Kinda Well Done crew, Zack. Give it up for Zack. Woo!
Let me make this tall person mode really quick. Hold on. It's Morbin time. I've never heard of Morbius until that movie happened, and I still don't know what it is, and I still don't care about it, but I guess it's Morbin time. Anyway. I'm just going to pretend I've never heard of it. I'm going to hope that I never have to see it, because it's weird. All right. New shit. I can still smell it, as Link would say. Also untitled shit. And a shorty, because the next one's not. Thank you, thank you. You'll find me under lights of blue, cocooned within the safety of solace. The music like a dissociative symphony. I feel nothing but the music, and sometimes you, sometimes other things. Expansive existence drifting along, writing the glossy melodies in the dreamy vocals, waves of ideas and emotion tickling sleep-speckled shores, shells and litter, sand, soaked in possibility and wonder. Somewhere else in time, roses are blooming, and we enjoy the colors, the sweet scent, never thinking of wilted petals, nor lack of water sustenance. Tender roses, sun-kissed pink petals of laughter and hope, their roots reaching down to dark places we cannot readily see without unearthing the dirt hiding them below. And back in the blue, somewhere under layers of reverb and alcohol, I know I must tend to dead flowers sooner or later, perhaps before I'm dry and crumbled myself. And I must water the roots resting in shadow until they're ready to open their eyes and see some light again. From far away, I see the sun setting upon you. Silhouettes dance upon blades of grass and the tree line floating. Only here for a moment, a certain looming fog slowly settling, embracing evergreen eternity. I stop to question the reality of it all. I stop to really consider that such an experience could be completely imagined. But even here, deep in the peace of ghastly indigo disconnect, I know better. Thank you. So now that I've got my cutesy fluffy poem out of the way, who's ready for some religious criticism? Disclaimer, I'm sorry. I don't judge anybody. To my Christian homies in the audience, this is not an attack on you. I'm sorry. But you boys got it right about religion sometimes. This is called In Whose Name? Lucifer said to the Father, in whose name do mortals suffer? And in whose name were they given free will? You have cast me out of heaven, morning star descending to the earth, where mourning hearts scuffle through the dirt, scrambling through the rubble and the filth and the death, clawing in desperation to find you somewhere beneath the wreckage. You have forsaken me, discarded me, and for what, dear Father? These beings of flesh and bone, were they not made in your holy image? Were they not made by your loving hand, crafted by your omniscient mind? Tell me, Father, why then were you so disgusted when they began to think for themselves, speak, act for themselves, subservient marionettes to your will, suddenly given their own? If Eden bore such poisonous fruit as to warrant eternal suffering, then why was it growing upon the tree? If a single drop of its juice dropped low upon their tongues was so sinful, why, Father, did you not stop me, your angel, from giving it to them? Why does Prometheus suffer endless torture for teaching a man how to start a fire? Are he and I not equal? Is he not my reflection? Oh, Father, Lord of hosts, for millennia you have told your people, your creations, that it is I who must be feared, that I am the embodiment of evil, of darkness, because I dared to defy you and dared to give your creations a gift that you refused to give them. So tell me, Father, in whose name do they suffer, and in whose name do they kill? When Isaac was bound to the altar, in whose name was his unrealized sacrifice, stopped only by my brother's intervention. When pagans and indigenous people around the globe were persecuted as heretics, in whose name did the Templar burn them at the stake? In whose name did they colonize and ravage the earth? How many millions of souls have evacuated their holy temple for the honor and glory of this name? When children are made to worship priests and lie down with them, in whose name do they submit their bodies? When they grow up to repeat the atrocious cycle with the next generation of innocents, whose voice are they a mouthpiece for? Whose will is it that they act upon? For whom is that innocence obliterated and stolen away forever? When Zionist terrorism flattens an entire city, in whose name do they drop their bombs? In whose name do they claim self-defense? In whose name does Gaza burn to the ground? When the bodies of children paint the floors of the schoolhouse red, in whose name are the bullets fired? For whom are the bills in Washington written? For whom do we pledge allegiance to our blood-stained flag? To whom do the children pray while drawing their last breath? And to whom do their parents give thanks for having had the chance to love a child even for just a fleeting moment? Tell me, Father, tell me, Elohim, you who embody all truth, you who are patient and forgiving, you the sovereign of all things, the all-knowing, loving, powerful, the one who demands sacrifice, the one who demands obedience and fear, repentance. Help me understand. Tell me this name. I have betrayed you, Lord. I have rebelled against you, waged war against you. I am so afraid, oh God. I am so afraid, but please, I beg thee, answer my questions and tell me straight. In whose name are these acts of horror committed? Because it isn't mine. Thank you. Watch my YouTube show.
Let's give it up for Zack.
Damn, that
yeah. Let's talk about his YouTube show. Kinda Well Done. Is that the one you were referencing? All right. Yeah, check out Kinda Well Done. We both actively watch Kinda Well Done. I like to watch it while I'm working.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah,
by the way.
it's very good.
It's a
very
gaming.
good.
It's a gaming
Yes,
thing.
so
Gaming improv. It's really fun.
it's a lot of fun. Check it out.